We got big projects going on here. We got a roll-off dumpster over here. The dock is in really, really bad shape. I mean, like, safety hazard. We got to get rid of the dock before somebody gets hurt on it. And even though I say, hey, don't go out on the dock, but it's in bad shape. So we're taking the dock out. And anyway, got a little mini excavator over here that we've got some other stuff we got to do on. Just got it delivered. So I'm probably going to throw in some footage of that with this. As you can see, he is clearing out a bunch of this junk. Living the dream, I guess. I'm fixing to head over here and start disconnecting the electricity from the old dock. And trying to figure out how we're going to get that shelter off all that rotten wood. Hang on. So we got everything off the old dock. You can see all the holes in it. A lot of really soft boards out there. That whole side over there is just leaning. 3 bolts, big bolts, holding down that rail there. 3 bolts there. We're gonna try to salvage this. We're not sure how we're gonna do it. We're gonna try to slide it off here, and I don't know. Like I told him, the oldest boy, I said if we can salvage it, great. If we can't, we tried. But he's over there just a getting her. So I'm fixing to get him, and we're gonna try to. I have no idea how we're gonna do this, but we're gonna try. You can see he's yanking it out. His plan is to open that all up so you can actually see the more pond. You got the little pond over there. So we actually got it right there. So we're gonna grab it on this side and then spin it in that direction. You gotta love rednecks with heavy equipment. So my dad did heavy equipment for a living. Anytime I see the boys running equipment, I love it. Don't want them to do it for a living, but they can do this kind of stuff. And I didn't think we'd pull this one off. Well, we are making progress. Probably 1,000 safety violations broken here. Out here on the end of a rotten dock with a chainsaw. Zeb's grabbing stuff with the excavator. I'm like, I think I need to be on the ground. But yeah, we're getting her done. I'm gonna buzz you around. It's working out pretty good. We'll have to get in the boat and pull some of this stuff out, but it's all cedar. But believe it or not, some of it's pretty stout and some of it's just junk. The boom can't reach all the way out, so we're using the chain to pull stuff back towards us, kind of what our thought process was. And then he's just scooping it up and taking it out. So here we are, day 2. Pretty much got it. We're gonna have to take a chain and wrap it around these poles and then pull them out. He's trying to get it in one piece, but it's not working. We did preserve the electricity so far. So, progress. All right, he's not stuck. It looks like he is. But anyway, fixing to get in the boat, go out there and hook some chains around them poles. We need a cameraman. So there's wasp living inside the boat. So that hasn't been very helpful. He's been flying around there. I didn't get stung. Look at him come out. My dad literally took a sledgehammer and drove those into the pond. It broke off. That's all right. He just kind of pushes his way back out with the boom. I was gonna come over here and grab this one. And we got that little guy left, and this big guy out here. Digging for gold. We have to get my swimming trunks on. There it is. Gotta start paddling. I'm about ready to get wet. So clearly we're back in Georgia. Didn't do a wrap-up video, and I think this is like the 15th take of this video, so I'm done. The baby's laying here waiting for me to, shut my pie hole because she wants to go for her morning RUN, and so she's being very impatient, so I need to wrap it up. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. My apologies that, it's really hard to film when you're out there working, you're in a boat, all that craziness. It's one of them things, we're not a big company. We don't have a film person. It's just usually me doing something and, hey, hold on, I got to do this. The reason we decided to go with the excavator, on that particular project, is simply because the month before that, there was a floating dock next to that dock. Unfortunately, this is not on video. And I decided it'd be a great idea to cut that dock in half with a chainsaw. I did have on swimming trunks. I'm not sure that was a good idea running a chainsaw. And I did have on shoes, but they were like slip-on shoes. And I'm not a fan of anything that don't have laces. I just don't think that's practical. And I cut it in half. And when I did, it split in half, naturally, because you cut it in half. And then it was standing up on ends. It was very uncomfortable there for a little bit. Very problematic for me. I had to scramble with a chainsaw in my hand. It all worked out. Nobody got hurt. And it probably would have made a hell of a funny video. Probably would have got a lot of likes and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're like, all right, we need to go with an excavator to remove that big dock, which is much safer. The excavator came from Bullseye Rental in Bon Terre, Missouri. We've been using them for years for different projects. Phenomenal people, good people to work with. The dumpster, the blue dumpster, is Little Blue Dumpsters out of Farmington, Missouri. Phenomenal. Great customer service, delivery, pickup, whatever you need. They really work with your schedule. There's some geese flying over and the baby don't like it. And the other thing is that we haven't really shown any footage of it, but we're going to, is the log house. Log houses are very high maintenance, very, very high maintenance, crazy. Been a long time since maintenance had been done to that house. So we found some logs that were rotted, and it's strategic to replace those. It's just not something you wake up and do. Contacted a company out of Bon Terre, Missouri called Nye Builders, family business. They have their own sawmill. That's really cool. And they came in and did a phenomenal job replacing the rotting logs. There's a science to how it has to go back in. It's not just like cut and paste. So that's 3 companies that we really want to thank. There's another company, and it's like 20. Another company, Collins Excavating. Danny Collins is the owner. He's an old family friend of mine. We used to put up square bales together back in the day. And he has been very instrumental in the background. And he'll probably just always stay somewhere in the background. But give him a shout out for, helping our project. We've never listed a donate here button on the website or anywhere. And I'm not really good with that. I'm just not. There's 3 people that are on our nonprofit, myself, my wife, and Dr. Mitchell. We want people that we're going to know. So it's not like some, anonymous donation. We want to know that person. We want to keep them in the loop. We want to show them, like, hey, if you make a donation, let me show you what it did. I don't want a salary. We don't want cars. We don't want anything. What we need are specific things. On our project here in Georgia, we're about ready to go public with some really, really good news. We've got a guy that literally just stepped up to the plate, and he stepped up hard. And I'm still got my fingers crossed, like, is this really going to happen? If you're interested in our project in Georgia, Missouri, or Utah, call. That's what I'm going to say. You just call. And that's what we're looking at, is stuff like that. I've been exposed to numerous nonprofits throughout my career, and this is probably why we're going the direction we're going, is that we want to keep it simple, we want to keep it small, and we want to keep it tight. So that's my speech on that. So with all that being said, I like the way things are going. We are keeping it simple, and hopefully, when people get involved with us, especially people that are coming in to try to work through something, and they realize that, like, hey, it was, one of our sons that did this, or the wife did that, or I did this, and it's not like, it's very personal, you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very personal. With our project here in Georgia, it's right here on our property, not some remote location. You're going to be right here. And I think that says a lot, means a lot more. It would to me. It would to me if I was out there struggling, trying to find something to figure it all out, and like, wow. And especially with the project there in Missouri, ingrained with my dad, everywhere you go on that property is a piece of his soul, the way that I see it. And he's woven in there. I am going to send in a picture, just thought about it, a little bubble went off in my brain. A friend of ours sent us a picture of Dad when he was in the chair. The 2 rounds of cancer left him in the chair, at one of his apple trees, and phenomenal picture, like just loaded with apples. I don't know. We need an apple expert, I'm telling you, because it's not me. My dad was the apple expert, because we're not getting apples off the only tree we have left. So all that being said, I got a buzz. Baby is burning up to hit the trail for the RUN, and I hope you all stay tuned for more videos. And we've got some coming out from our recent trip out in Utah, rock climbing, downhill mountain biking, taking the autism Jeep up into the mountains, the LaSalle Mountains, and so a lot of good footage. And hopefully they kind of work. I don't know. I watched one of them last night, and I was like, I think we got to work on our editing a little bit. Anyway, spread the love, not to hate.